also want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakapadash.
the double honors, the apostles, elders at Great Millstone. Salutations to you, occupants pushing the work of truth and sincerity. Great Millstone, Wisconsin, coming to prophesy the downfall of America. All right, and as you can see, things are always, you know, being, how can I say, things are always, you know, kind of upticking, for lack of better words, in the world. All right. Earlier we was talking about BRICS, looking for a new world reserve currency. All right, and that's a detriment to the dollar. All right, here in America. Okay, we're talking about hyperinflation. All right, we're talking about millions of people losing jobs. At least 70% of Americans losing jobs. Millions of people flooding the streets. All right, we're talking about an escalation of crime in California now. The same thing that happened in Chicago with, you know, people not being locked up for crimes like robbery,
assault, battery,
and other crimes. So expect crime to go up, but it's all prophetic. We're gonna start with that. Oh, go ahead. I'm gonna start with that precept that he used for the title.
Second Ezra?
Yeah, that's Second Ezra 6 and 9.
The second Ezra chapter 6 verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that follows?
Right, and that's exactly what we're explaining to you. What should be the what he says,
what's the parting asunder of the times?
Right, so parting asunder of these times is what? Chaos, disorder, all right, violence, okay, and destruction, okay? So that's the parting asunder of these times. So it's not a cakewalk. It's not, you know, in a sense, a good thing. You know, it is a good thing for us to be elected for the kingdom of heaven. All right, ushering in the kingdom of heaven. All right, but ultimately, it's going to be mass deaths, destruction before that new kingdom comes. All right, and this is what we're pushing for.
It says, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth?
Yep, so the ending of the first, all right, this world, this current world, all right, it's going to be destruction, and ultimately it's going to lead up, all these things are going to lead up to that thermonuclear war.
What is it, right?
World.
World. And somebody get on deck, Matthew 24.
Okay.
Because the prophets is asking, when is the Israelites going to get the kingdom? That's what the brother just read, 2 Ezra 6 and 9. So what's happening is everything that Aina is making mention of is prophecies, sub-prophecies within prophecies that has to happen before the Israelites get to the kingdom of heaven. Okay? Okay? So that's where we are. When shall be the end of the first, which is what's the first? Esau's world. Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man. And then the beginning of it that followeth, which is who? The Israelite kingdom. That's right. Beginning with Yahushai. It's really Yahushai's kingdom, and like the scripture says in Romans, that we are joint heirs with Hamashiach. Okay? So the kingdom that's coming up is Yahushai's kingdom in the elect's kingdom. Okay? But what has to happen is destruction first. Remember, Jeremiah 28 and 8 says that the prophets of old prophesied both against many countries, of great pestilence, war, evil, and so on and so forth. That's what has to happen before that's what happens in all kingdoms before a transition period happens. Okay, it has to be a collapse within the society. It has to be an economic collapse.
Netherlands just collapsed.
Okay, right. So systems and worlds have to go down for our world to come up. And that's what we're witnessing. You got it.
It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Yeah, so the old prophecies, the symbolism in those old prophecies is coming to pass. What's happening is Jacob, blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, the Israelites, they're pulling on the heel of Esau, meaning they're proclaiming or prophesying his downfall. Okay, that's what we're doing. The Lord woke us up. If a brother can hold on that, Revelation 11, he woke us up, all right, just to declare the ending of Esau Edom. And then 2 Thessalonians 2, where it says, destroyed by the spirit of his mouth, and then by the brightness of his coming. Okay?
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yeah, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, beginning with the remnant. Okay? So we got next. All right? You got it out.
This is Isaiah chapter 42, verse 9. It says, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare.
Yeah, the former things were certain prophecies. Okay? You had the four beasts, you know, Daniel 7. It was, those were the formal things. Certain prophecies came, certain empires came and left, Okay? The Israelites had to go into captivity. Deuteronomy 28, you know, discontinue from our heritage, you know, certain prophecies like that. Those are the former things. Go ahead.
And new things do I declare.
So now there's going to be a new things that's going to be declared by Yahweh Shah by the mouth of the prophets. And we can name those: Jacob's trouble, the Charagma, okay, and the World War III, thermonuclear destruction. So new things now we're declaring, okay? And now we're at the time where we just have to wait for prophecies to speak. You know,
it says, before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Yeah, before they spring forth, the Lord gives the message to the prophets. What is that? Amos, the 3rd chapter. He revealeth his secrets unto the servant of the prophets. Because what we're speaking about is secrets. See, the world doesn't know this. Even Esau Edom on the left-hand side doesn't know in detail on how the prophets know the secrets of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay? So we know the secrets, which is the prophecies. We know the ending of all of this. See, we got the script. All right? It's like you guys is basically watching a movie, you know, and you don't know what's going to happen in the end. The whole script. We know the actors, the main characters in the movie, they have the whole script. Some guys have a certain period and they die in the movie. So only a select few people have that full script of what's going on in this movie. And that's the prophets. We know the beginning and the ending. Okay? Y'all got it.
Except we have sure word.
Yeah. Sure word of prophecy. Meaning it's true. You know? Meaning it's gonna happen. Like we know that the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. We know that soon that this devil, because Revelation 13, he says he calls them all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. There's some mark in their right hand or their forehead. So we know sooner or later that that prophecy is gonna come to pass. That means we have a sure word of prophecy. We believe it. And we can see when you cut on any nation media, they got it on the even they got it on the Cartoon Network news now about the Charagma. They got it on all forms of platforms, social media, little TikToks, that they bringing out what the C-hip is, you know. Yeah. Whatever.
I got this is 2 Thessalonians 2:7. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he now will let until it be taken out of the way.
Yep, so the Lord is letting these things come to pass. You know, the Lord has set the boundaries. In Job 14:5 or 6, it says he will be a hireling until what it says you know, it's essentially what Esau is. What Esau is the Lord's left hand. All right, he's the Lord's his hand. 14:5 or 6.
This is
14:5.
Yeah, we started from.
This is Job chapter 14 and verse 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Yep, so the Lord has measured out the time and he appointed a certain time for this devil to go down. And now we're seeing everything culminate. We're seeing all these signs come to pass, and it's a sure thing. So it's a sure thing. All right? Okay.
It says, turn from him that he may rest till he shall accomplish as an hireling his day.
Right, so Esau is going to accomplish as a hireling his day. All right, what is that? That's Revelation 6 and 4. All right, the red horse. All right, that took peace from the earth. Okay, the pestilence, all the things that's coming. So he's essentially a hired servant. He's the Lord's left hand.
He's doing what he was hired to do.
Take peace from earth. This back in 2 Thessalonians 2, and I'm going to start at 8. It says, I'm going to start at 7 again. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now let him relent until it be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Right, and then these are the times that he's being revealed. All right? And he's consuming it with the spirit of his mouth, starting with his prophets, man. Because this word, which is divine oracles, however you may want to say it, is what's bringing the society down. And that's how bad the Lord is, man.
Yeah, it's a term in the world called speaking something into existence. So we speaking the downfall of Babylon into existence. Now it said by the spirit of his mouth, he said that's the prophets. But as well as when you go in Psalms, it says that their mouths, how does it go?
Oh, so 64?
Their mouths shall fall upon themselves. Because that's another way this place is being revealed, because you have something called whistleblower. You got it? Somebody, go ahead.
This is Psalm chapter 64, verse 7. It says, but the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
Yeah, so they're making their own tongue fall upon themselves. So you have something called the Illuminati, the globalists, the wicked elite or whatever, you know, and you have people that's involved within that pyramid structure of the awakened ones, so to speak. All right, and you have people who's leaving out of those certain circles and making documentations about their plans and agendas. You got Aaron Russo, you got Alex Jones, Bill Hicks, you got John Todd. Okay, a lot of these dudes, a lot of these whistleblowers who comes up against the government and speak about their hidden agendas and their plans and secrets. Jordan Maxwell, yeah. Oliver Stone. So they begin to tell the secrets and the plots on the devil, on the elites, the Rothschilds. Okay, they tell you that they want you to be see-hip. John Todd spoke about the derailment. This is back in the 90s. He spoke about the derailments of the trains. Okay, he spoke about certain hidden agendas. You know, the propaganda. David Icke is the one who came out about the propaganda scheme through predictive programming. So they brought in on how they can make movies and tell you what the future is going to be, like the movie Demolition Man. That's predictive programming. Michael Tazarian, he was on the witchcraft, on all the witchcraft and sorceries. So a lot of things have been lifted up over this devil, man. So everything is being revealed right now. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, all that see them shall flee away. This is
all of that see it shall flee away. So guess what? These other nations, they're fleeing away from this place because they begin to find out all of the evil that this place has been doing. Not saying that the other nations ain't no fucking better, but Esau, Edom, man, the ones that hold the cup of wickedness is Babylon. Those that are controlling Babylon, man. And these other nations, they're finding out all of the shit that they've been doing, man. You know?
Because everything goes through Babylon.
Yeah.
They influence the whole world.
And they see this place is crumbling, so they're fleeing away from it.
Who was that woman that said you want to make cleanse the planet, arrest white men? You know, everybody's catching on, man, with this devil. It's been known, man, that we've been revealing these things. The Lord has revealed it by His Spirit. But it's and the thing is, these things are plain. All right? The Lord, He gave these understanding to the prophets to be plain, and we're making it plainly known to you. But now, you know, the world is catching on. That's why, you know, you have in Revelation 17 where it says that the Most High put it in the other nations' hearts to agree you know, with the beast until the time is fulfilled.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord is, because otherwise it'd be chaos, and things wouldn't be played out the way they're supposed to. But that's why they're being forced to agree with this devil, but they're catching on. They're starting to break off. There was someone who just, I can't remember who it was, but they broke off. They joined something else. I know what I'm talking about.
Recently?
Yeah, it was. I keep wanting to say Taiwan, but it was a nation, man, that broke off.
Damn, I think I know something. I think I
It's
seen
been
the article.
like 70.
Yeah.
No, it's been quite a few.
Yeah, but everybody's breaking away from this place.
Yep. I got something real quick.
Oh, well, yeah, that, like you were saying, they're breaking off, they're running away from them. Right. You got that.
This is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Hey, one thing real quick about the Chaldees, to mention, they were famously known for witchcraft. And then every time that the Lord speaks against Babylon, aka America, we'll call them the daughter of the Chaldees, or you know, the work of the Chaldeans, because they were known for witchcraft, and that's what Esau's done this whole time. Since the beginning of his time, he's been lying to the world. So,
yeah, well, the founding fathers of America, so to speak, George Washington, and all of those demons who came over here from Spain, those were witches and warlocks. Okay, they established this place built on masonry, which was they set the stones and they set the different the 13 colonies that they first started. That goes back to witchcraft. Okay, it goes back to the 13 Illuminati bloodline. So that's why they started with the 13 colonies. Okay.
Yeah, they was heavy.
Yeah, they was on their square. They was on their square when they came. They was being on their square. Okay. So how this place got orchestrated was off of sorcery. Start with George Washington. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
Christopher Cologne.
Yeah.
He was the first runner-up, because I haven't went into the history in a minute, but it said that they were kicking a lot of witches and warlocks out of Spain. Okay, they were kicking. So it's a lot of different stories. They were kicking warlocks and witches and people who do sorcery out of Spain at a certain period of time, and a lot of those guys came over here with Christopher Columbus.
You know, criminals, thieves.
Yep.
You know, it's done in society.
Yep. So they had them come over here and set this place up. And ultimately it was the agenda for the New World Order today. See, don't think that 1776, when they established this place, that that didn't have a 200-year plan. See, Esau has a 300-year fucking plan, man. Because they deal heavy with the witchcraft. The spirits will come to him, hey, look, you're gonna set this place up for this reason. You see? They look, on the left-hand side, they got power. They could have showed them the whole America in the New World Order with the sea hip. This sea hip has been here. I mean, it's not been here, but the mindset, the idea of getting it going, the spiritual demon Satan gave it to fucking Esau. So they kept it throughout these generations, man.
Say it's like over 100 years, more than 100 years ago, they said that the plan for an implantable device to human beings.
Yeah.
They'll say that that's the earliest, you know, back in the the early 1900s. But we know it goes further back than that. Esau has always wanted. The scriptures say that he was going to have the dew of the earth. He's been wanting to rule this place and control it.
Yep.
For a long time.
I think the Lord gets us ready to pop.
It's gonna get thrown down. See, Esau thought that he could flourish, but how it became a monkey wrench in the process, by the prophets raising up. See, so sitting in the dust, now they're in a confused mindset state right now. You see? They're trying to figure out how the hell can they get us off these corners. They're trying to figure out how the hell can they stop the prophets. You know, they thought it was a joke. They tried to, put up their witchcraft, their sorcery, their the V words as a child, the diseases and all those things to try to stop the prophets from coming. Just like in the days of old. What happened with Moses? They was to kill all 3-year-old males. What happened with the time of Yahushua? He went to go slaughter all of the males. Okay, all of the firstborn males, I forget how it goes. Was it the firstborn males?
Under 2
years old. So they always had a plan from the ancient world till now to try to stop the coming of the prophets or the coming of the Messiah.
Well, you look in the history about the prophets, the word made it really quick back to the kings. Like I'm thinking either Amos or Micah, it'll tell you that one of them was called to the kings because he was prophesying of things against the king, and the king basically said, I summoned you, and he came. He's like,
Is that Jeremiah?
I think it's either Micah or Amos. And
I know Jeremiah went to a king and he burned the scriptures up.
I'm thinking it was probably Micah or Amos. Which one? I can't remember. That's why I keep saying either one, but either one, they were prophesying against them, and basically the king was like, I need you to leave. So we'll get, don't think that this word didn't reach the elites as quick as, we say it did, because this was, hey, going back to Revelation 11, man, this word, man, was the first thing that they seen that scared the hell out of them.
And the brother from GMS, in his likeness, said, Yahweh Shema Rashad.
Real quick, just to go through what you said, this is Isaiah the 13th chapter in the 2nd verse. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake their hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. Okay? So when we come out, when the prophets begin to come out since the 1969, 1968, okay? This word has already been transferred back up to the high elite. Okay? They've seen the prophets out there. Alright? So they start to formulate different plans and plots to throw it down. Okay? You had the different gangs that came up when they began to come together. So like, oh no, we can't get these Israelites to come together. We didn't know we was Israelites, but they knew that we was Israelites. So they said in different what's the man? J. Edgar Hoover for the Black Panther Party, COINTELPRO, or certain things like that, to try to always stop when it's a union of the blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. Yeah, Megiddo Project, the King Alpha Plan. Okay, but guess what? This won't be stopped. Acts the 5th chapter. Somebody can hold that on deck. If it be of men. All right, but this ain't of men. You see? So that's how you know this place is going to go down, because throughout these years, the prophecies have been singing, man. More wickedness has been coming on the earth, and more things leading to this digital technology, the casted society, which we've been speaking about, beginning with the apostles. Who got that? Acts 5.
It's Acts 5:38. It says, and now I say unto you, refrain from these men, and let them alone, for if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught.
Yeah, so if the counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught, meaning it'll be overthrown. The Black Panther Party was overthrown. See, that Rainbow Coalition thing with Fred Hampton was overthrown. The Young Lords, okay, the Brown Berets, Keystone Rangers, the gangs, all those things were overthrown because it wasn't established under Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Majority of these gangs been infiltrated.
They infiltrate. Ain't no more gangs. Ain't no more fucking gangs now. Ain't no fucking gangs. It's just little dumbass niggas and cliques and blocks.
That's it.
So they through.
Verse 39. But if it be of God, you cannot overthrow it.
Yeah, man. So vocab can't overthrow this. Okay,
Yeah.
Dr. Brown, you can't overthrow this, man.
This latest brand.
All right. You goofy ass. What's that black nigga name? Who was going around saying he was an Israelite? Clown ass nigga. Elder Manatazak by exposed him on at the hip hop.
I think I knew. Yeah, he all dude that got his
Brandon,
Brandon
Brandon stupid ass Jackson.
He was in the audience dancing.
He
and
looks
shit.
so stupid.
Yeah, he failed.
Money.
You niggas failing. He thought he can gather because you a celebrity. You can gather people. Fuck out of here. Stupid. You just can't be overthrown, man.
He started making t-shirts and making merchandise.
Right.
King.
Read that again, real quick. Read that again.
Con, this is Acts 5:39. But if it be of God, you cannot overthrow it, lest happily you be found even to fight against God.
that's what y'all doing. You're fighting against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. Another term is called kicking against the pricks. Meaning when you kick against the pricks, it was actually a state of rebellion. All right? It's a state of rebellion. So you're rebelling against the Lord because the Lord established his Israelites and his prophets to declare the end of a place. And you're trying to stop that message. You're trying to stop the message of the Lord. You know?
The scripture say that whoso despises the word shall be destroyed.
That's it. So everything you're doing is really in favor of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua on the right hand side.
I got you right here.
Go ahead.
It's 2 Corinthians 13:9. I'm 13:8. It says, "For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth."
That's it. So as much as you try to come down and demonize, that's only going to wake up the hopeful elect. Because you're going to have people come out and say, no, they ain't doing that. Remember that lady downtown? She said, they're Christians. They got the Bible.
They're doing nothing wrong.
Oh, at the state, at the fair.
Yeah, yeah.
No, Summerfest.
Summerfest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Like that.
So
you got surrounded.
Yep. Yeah. So Esau, you can't do nothing against this group, man. This is heavenly sanction.
Yeah, divine intervention.
Yeah, this is a divinely intervention. This is really a ripple in the force.
Yeah.
You know? Go ahead.
Oh, this is Psalms 127:1. It says, except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Salakia.
No, it's just been a while since we wrote it.
The main point, it says, except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. And when you read it in the English Standard Version, it says, unless the Lord builds a house, those who build it labor in vain, unless the Lord watches over the city. And the Lord is watching over what we're doing. Like you said, it's heavily sanctioned. All right, that's why all other, plots and plans and schemes fail, because this is something, far above what you can control.
Yeah.
You got the Lord, which he's got many titles. All right. Yeah, he's the one that's backing this.
The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
The God of the Israelites.
The God of the Israelites.
Hey, the one that said, the vocab just said that it's not a real God.
Yeah. Well, we gonna see.
All right.
We gonna see.
Right?
Yeah, man.
We gonna see if our power. We gonna see if our God and your God. We gonna see who's real or not.
That's what Isaiah 47 says. Still reading it. It says, "Go now to your prognosticators and your witchcraft."
Yeah. So we gonna see who God is the right one. You know.
I got pretty simple.
Because you sweating.
Oh yeah.
The one he said, your God, he did it get to
Yes, your
That was
God.
Daniel.
Whose God is real? Yeah, the testament.
Yeah.
you get that?
Get that story. Get it. Get it, Ahmad. You called to get it.
Okay.
Because that's what's gonna go on. Who got the real power? You're gonna find out that we have the real power on our side, man. We really dealing with the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's what she said in the mist.
Yep.
The God of the Israelites.
Yeah, the movie of this. Yeah. All you sinners.
Yeah.
The Lord always did test to show his power.
Yep. Until you get there, let me finish this. It says, let me go back to Isaiah 47. This is come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. And just key points. Virgin daughter of Babylon. This place ain't been touched yet, man. But the Lord is soon finna allow the nations to touch this bitch, to touch this whore. Okay? And that's gonna be by the way of thermonuclear missiles. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. Because technically this is a future prophecy. Because she's gonna sit on the ground, there ain't gonna be no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones, gird the mill, uncover the locks. Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. So it's going to be an economic collapse in this place. It's going to be a revealment of all of the lies and the tricks that you've been doing to other nations. So people are going to get angry and they're going to flee. And eventually they're going to destroy you.
Therefore the nations
Says
are mad.
2 Corinthians 15. The power shall be in the people's hand, and they shall not consider their rule.
That's what happened in the Netherlands. The Netherlands, they're in an uproar.
And in France.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. You see? So every filth, gunk, whatever it is that's hidden under the surface, the Lord is going to put that on display. See? He's going to show you the witchcraft, the pedophilia, the homosexuality, the bestiality, all right? The sorcery, the manipulation, the lies, the trickery, the deceit. You see? In fact, the scripture says, though injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people into another. So it's going to be a lot of things that's going to keep exposing America, aka Babylon, over and over and over and over again. You see? And that's going to bring this place to shame. All right? Because they had this white, glossy, fake image that they were, they dealt with the Bible. They came with Jesus, peace and love. They come to find out it's nothing but wickedness, man. Nothing but death and slaughter, deception. You know? Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah.
Oh, Slacky, real quick. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. Yeah, what you did to the Israelites. Okay? Come to find out, Israelites had, blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, we had thriving homes and thriving countries, cities, and you fucking devils destroyed them and covered up with fucking water. You see? You tried to make us the lowest of the totem pole, and we still thrived after slavery. In each and every different city that we thrived in, you bombed it, you got some demon-ass Edomite bitch to accuse and lie of rape so you can bring in the National Guard and slaughter all the fucking men. All that's being revealed. The atrocities. Rosewood. They showed in the movie Rosewood. Okay?
Emmett Till.
Emmett Till.
And they justified it with that movie in the 1920s. It's called Birth of a Nation, where they depicted Jake as a
predator.
A rapist,
Predator.
You know, that was the caricature that they pushed out. And they justified it being.
It was the big gorilla
Yep.
and the white, the King Kong with the little white bitch in his hand. And they reenacted it with LeBron stupid ass James. As a predator.
The Shedemite revealed that she lied.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying about Emmett Till.
Back in North Carolina, I believe it was North Carolina, South Carolina, going back to 1833. Around that time, they had something called the Red shit. It was called the Red something.
I know it's the Red Massacre, right? 18 something. It was the
Red Massacre.
Yeah, I believe so.
But it was a lot of them.
Right.
It was a lot of them. It was like in North Carolina or South Carolina somewhere, and Red Summer. Red Summer. Jake, because Jake was getting to politics. Jake was Republicans. They were coming up into the office seat of being Republicans, and they put out the characters that said that, well, these black men get into positions of politicians, their idea is to sleep with white women.
Right.
See?
Yeah.
And they got all the people that believe it sitting memoirs and shit like that, and they went and started killing Jake. You know? Well, that's what you think of Jake, trying to get into politics. See? Jake always thrived and got up on a certain level, and Esau always did something to bring their ass back down.
Hey, it's a scripture in Genesis 49 chapter that
Yeah, at the neck of our enemies.
Oh, the Birth of a Nation was 1950. That's my book.
Hey, I got a precept real quick.
So
Go ahead, you got it.
That was right after.
This is Nahum 3:5. It says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and
thy nakedness. And you're going to find out that they've been getting over on the nations. They've been lying to the nations. They've been, what's been happening is, they've been sitting in their coup d'etats. They've been sitting in those coups. Okay? They call them, don't think hostile takeovers, yeah, but it's a word for it. The CIA goes in and they go in and they try to buy out the leaders. And it, the coups, yeah.
Yeah, that you said it right.
Yeah, it was cool, but it's another. They call them economic hitmen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
They call them economic hitmen. Yep. And through the economic hitmen, they go in and see if they can bribe the country. Can't bribe the country. They set up insurrections and they propaganda in America saying that their government, their people is rising up against the government because the government is evil.
And the whole time they hired military.
And they hire military personnel to go up in there.
All wars or banker wars goes into that.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
wars are
yeah.
banker wars. Because they were economic hitmen.
Yep.
So they came in stealthily, and like the serpent wanted to offer money. They didn't take the money. They happened in Cuba. They didn't take the money. So then they eventually ended up sending the military in there off of a propaganda line to destroy it. And now the nations started to find out that that was Esau doing that. Esau was paying off some of their leaders. You know?
Well, why do you think Putin is in Ukraine right now? That's another reason. Because if you remember back in 2015, that's exactly what America did and NATO did to Ukraine.
Yep.
They set up a puppet leader and there was a civil war. And now Putin's going in there to take his country back. Because they're trying to set up a central bank over there. So like all of this is connected. It's another reason why the Netherlands collapsed.
Yeah.
2 days ago. Because they can't get a handle on their economic and their guidance policies.
Yep.
And the people are getting pissed off.
Wherever they set their central bank systems at, that society is slowly gonna go to shit. Because then they're gonna bring in a democracy. And then you bring in democracy, you bring in homosexuality, bestiality, you bring in all manner of decadence and wickedness in the other countries. And now the other countries is finding out about it.
That's what happened in the Arab Spring. That's why
They did it with Gaddafi.
Yep,
They did it with
going that
Gaddafi.
shit.
They did it with Muammar Mubarak.
Yep.
They did it with Egypt. They did it with a lot of different countries.
They do it with Argentina right now. Argentina's going through broke.
Yep. So that's why we go back to the scripture and say,
That's right.
Isaiah 47, it says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen."
Right, the nakedness is the secret parts, which that's what we reveal.
Yep.
You were always about.
Yep.
Yep.
And it says thy shame shall be seen. A big way the shame shall be seen is through the media, through the internet. And that's how every.
You can say, this country is doing it to people.
Yep,
Now
exactly.
through the internet, they're like, that's a lie.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
you know,
Cell phones, people.
Yeah, everybody got cell phones now, so you find out that these events being staged.
Yep. People uploading their own videos, making their own documentaries.
Like the
now.
Boston bombing, they found out
Yep.
that that was a staged attack.
Yep.
That didn't even
Sandy
happen.
Hook.
Yeah.
Sandy Hook, all those things were staged.
Well, it's like the small example with Joe Biden recently. I seen that he got caught with cocaine. and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
They're telling him to abstain from the media.
They blamed it on Hunter though.
Yeah.
They blamed it on Hunter. But that shows America's nakedness, man.
Yeah.
It's all scandal. It's all
Yeah.
corruption, man.
Yep.
From the top all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
Rooted to the
Right. No, that's why Isaiah 47 says the shall be lifted.
Yep.
When you see a woman's, when you see her skirt lifted, you see a woman's secret part.
And that's where Nahum 3 and 5 come into play.
Yeah.
You know, it say, "Behold, I'm against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face."
Like mistress of witchcraft.
Mistress of witchcraft.
Yep.
Who was the guy that said they shouldn't have never invented the internet? Was it a Rothschild?
John Rockefeller.
Yeah, John
Rockefeller.
Rockefeller. He said he shouldn't have invented the internet.
Yep.
I got to read something.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 49 and 10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled and his brethren, and he can't hide himself because, again, the whole world is now coming up against this devil.
Yeah.
Letting you know.
Cain, the fugitive is being pointed out now.
Yep.
Because for years, Esau, which is the so-called white man, he was being able to hide himself. He been able to lie and people will believe it. Well, now we're at the time where your lies ain't your lies is being
Well, it says you
being
wearied
broken
yourselves.
down. Yeah.
Isaiah 47, it says you have wearied yourselves with these
Weary
enchantments."
yourself with your enchantment.
Right. Yeah. And that's,
No, I'm thinking something else. Fuck.
Yep,
it,
go ahead.
says, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. It says, leave thy father's fatherless children, I will preserve them alive and let thy widows trust in me. That's basically the point right there. Because the rest goes into the judgment you're going to get. You know, like you said, what you did to the Israelites, these people in the sign, you're going to get that same punishment back. You know, there was a clip yesterday, the brother posted it, the Raya Yasharala. It was a clip of a MMA white girl fighter. Her whole face was just busted up, just bleeding. And she's like, well, you know, it was a rumble, it was a tussle, and it was tough, but, you know, I had a good time.
Got ass.
Yeah, but, you know.
That's America.
You know, but she said, but I'm ready for the next one, you know, and title was One Day in Slavery, you know. Like, I mean, I'll read it. It says, for thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, having surely drunken, which is talking about the Negroes and Latinos. It says, yeah, the 12 tribes of Israel. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
That's Esau, because he's not going to go unpunished.
Right, he's going to pay for all the atrocities that he put upon the earth, mainly to our people.
That's the reason why World War III is going to happen. Somebody wrote that on that. Joel 3. Read that again.
Exactly. Yeah, it says, but it says, art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? And that's the question.
Right.
Thou shalt not go unpunished, because it looks like Esau has still been, you know, he's still getting away with what he's doing. But that goes back to Cain being a fugitive, a man running from judgment. But it says, thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. All right, for I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation.
Yeah, drink of it what? Which is slavery.
Yep. Judgment.
Basra is a representation of America.
Yep.
Okay, because this is the hub of the Edomites.
Yep.
Basra is the capital.
Capital of Mayam Sayed,
which is Edom. America is the capital. What they call Western civilization.
Yeah.
Esau is main hub.
Yep.
But it says, for I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse. And that's all coming through us pulling this place down by the words of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, revealing the lies, exposing the devil, right? Making it known that America was always a lie. All right, like you said, it was corrupt from the top to the bottom. All right, that goes, you know, Apostle Ramlan went into it, destruction, which the word D means to take away. To structure is to destructuralize. So little by little, this place is, the Lord is taking every facet of this society and this paradigm that Esau created, and he's taking it all away. I know it says in 2 Esdras 4, it says that if these things be not turned upside down. So the Lord is pouring it out. All right, it says that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be a perpetual waste.
Yep. Ultimately, that's the destruction.
Okay.
Joel 3.
Go ahead, what have you got?
This is Joel 3:1. It says, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Yeah, so it says bringing again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. It's talking about the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? Bringing again their captivity because we came over here on slave ships. Okay? We came in captivity. He's going to bring again our captivity, meaning he's going to release us. After we served our time here, we're going to get released. Go ahead.
It says, I will gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yeah, so the Lord says he's going to bring all nations into the valley of Jehoshaphat. And Jehoshaphat means what? Yahweh Shabbat, which means the Lord's judgment. Okay? And that's talking about over there in the Middle East. All right?
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
Yep. So, go ahead.
Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Read it again.
Right? Joel 3:2. I will also all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yep. He's going to bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, meaning everybody's going to come down and fight. Okay? That's what's happening. We can see that clearly with Russia being a guard to these other nations. We see that they're having these little scrimmages, these little, what do you call them? Proxy wars. Everybody's picking sides, who they're going to deal with. Everybody's picking sides. Okay?
Ain't got no choice.
A lot of choosing Russia. A lot of choosing Russia right now.
Yeah. BRICS nations. Yeah. It says, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel. whom they have scattered
Yeah,
among
it
the
says
nations.
plead with them. Okay? The Lord's going to plead with us, meaning the Lord is going to deal with those nations because of all the things that they've done to us. That's what it means. He's going to plead with his people Israel, man. Okay? Because all of the things that you've done to the blacks, Latino, Native Americans, all the nations had to partake in that. Psalms the 83rd chapter. All of you guys had to partake in that. We went into captivity on many nations.
I got the word for plead is actually shapat. It says the word for plead is shapat. Okay, in Joel 3:2, it says to judge, govern, vindicate, punish.
Vindicate. See, the Lord is going to vindicate us. I will plead with my people Israel. Okay, so the Lord is going to vindicate us, man.
There you go. It says punish, to act as a lawgiver or judge or governor of God, man, to rule, govern, judge, to decide controversy, to execute judgment, discriminating,
So it's like being in a courtroom.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like being in a courtroom. You know, you have something called plea deals. You know, or you have to cop a plea or a plea deal. So, and who presents the plea? The lawyer. You know. So the plea. So when you look at the prophecies are the judgments of the Lord. Who's presenting the prophecies? The prophets, man. You know, the men of the Lord.
litigation.
Yeah, right. Litigation. You know, so this is a courtroom, and Esau is center stage.
Yo, man, you going into those words, man. Litigation, that means to actually present it as a case. That's the thing, man. Before, man, it was Esau getting away with all this shit, man. And there were accusations.
Yeah, where's the evidence? You can't,
Exactly.
you can't, you know, where's the evidence? We got all the evidence.
Exactly. Exactly.
Where's your proof?
Yeah, where's the proof?
You got the proof right here.
Yeah. The proof is the scriptures.
Yep.
You know?
I got a precept.
I got proof about you.
Jeremiah 50:33, it says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah."
Get something to stick, y'all. I'll be watching Law and Order. Well, can we convict him? No, you can't convict him with that. You gotta get something that sticks.
I know he did it. I know he did it. Now what you know is what you can prove in court.
You gotta be able to prove it.
It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah will oppress together."
Yeah, because look at us now. We oppressed right now.
We're in the ghettos together.
Yeah.
Start off in the ghettos together.
Yeah.
How do you know we were pressed together? Because all of the organizations that started was to keep our community safe. The Young Lords, I was reading up on it on how it all got started. And the number one thing they were saying because of being oppressed in our communities by police brutality. How did the Black Panther start? Because of being oppressed in the community because of police brutality, man. Okay. They was doing it all in Chicago, Fred Hampton.
Yep.
The same thing.
They killed him in cold blood, man.
Yeah, they set him up. They drugged him and set him up and shot him. They fucked him up. He was the only. I think he was the only one that got killed that day. Other people got shot, but they knew exactly what room he was in. The CIA is a motherfucker, man. They already had this technology. They knew exactly the blueprint, the layout, exactly where he was at because they had spies.
Now they're using the routers that we have for our internet
There you go.
to see through fucking walls, man.
Fuck
You
it.
know, they show that in the video games.
That
was years ago.
Fuck it.
That's yeah, you see it.
You know what? I want to start up at verse 31. It
Like
says,
we give a fuck. Who gives a fuck, nigga? Bitch, like the Lord see everything. He see what you doing. You trying to see what we doing. He watching what you doing.
It's 10 times brighter than the sun,
Right.
What you talking about?
Yeah, that's why I like. I always say this. Who gonna save you? So
Right.
who gonna save you when that angelic being?
Ain't
crack
nobody
the
worried
sky?
about it getting out of hand.
Right.
Nobody worried about it getting out of hand.
Right. So who gonna save you?
well, I made that statement.
Master.
I made that statement last week about, you know, who are the ones that are crying and being oppressed? It's us. Esau ain't crying and being oppressed. What the fuck you need to be saved for, you know?
Yeah.
He's a Christian.
He live in socialism.
Well, now Esau want to cry and complain.
Reverse race.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you said.
The opioid epidemic and shit. Now they want to, now they want to feel our pain and shit. No.
Free drug clinics.
Get the
Right.
fuck out
Oh
of
yeah,
here.
they said.
Now y'all get drug clinics, but Jake went to prison. Jake was having their babies in prison. in jail. The women were having babies in jail and shit. They didn't get no fucking program. They locked a drug addict up and then put the drug addict back on the street.
Well, what's this
They
one?
didn't try to clean up the neighborhood.
What's that one bitch that just
But
got
now Esau, now you white people is getting drugged up. Now you want to get a fucking drug clinic, and this is the proper way to shoot up heroin. Get the fuck out of here.
Now they want to ask how thou doest.
Yeah.
No, there was an actress, man, that just got released yesterday from prison for being part of a sex trafficking scandal. She was, I can't remember the woman's name. She was Edomite. She's an Edomite though. She got released.
But she would.
He was hand in hand with the guy.
I know you're talking about
Epstein.
Oh, you're talking about the white girl that played Chloro in Smallville.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She got released yesterday.
She got released?
Yeah, she got released.
She only did like 2 years.
She got released.
Later, she was bringing them to him.
Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah. She was bringing the children to.
You mean Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
There we go.
There you go.
She was named.
It says, Jeremiah 50:31. It says, behold, I am again. It says, behold, I am.
Little innocent looking white bitch.
Yeah.
See, look. Little, that bitch look innocent, you know? Like she won't hurt a fly. She just so nice. She was all sweet and Smallville and shit.
Right.
This bitch is a demon. This bitch is, she grabbing kids.
Right. She's the finder.
That bitch is a super predator.
The finder. She's the finder.
Right.
She's a super predator. Big about 5 foot nothing. Grabbing up kids.
And you know what? That was going on that time when the earthquake that happened down in Haiti.
Oh yeah.
Kids were snatched up like that.
Yeah, that's right.
It says in verse 30,
Yeah, so them,
it's like,
watch out for them SOS motherfucking saving units and shit when disasters happen.
Yeah.
They grabbing them kids.
when they were separated,
Humanitarian.
when they were
NGOs, non-government.
That was happening during
organizations.
Katrina.
the whole migrant thing that would happen, like last year, with, who was this that came over? Was it,
Talking about from
they came over to Houston and Texas.
you talking about the certain like
Panama?
Syria and stuff
No,
like that, from like Syria in the Middle East.
No, Colombia.
Just last year. Well, anyways, they were coming in and they were separating the children from the fucking. They called about like 66,000.
Oh, at the U.S. border.
Yeah.
At the U.S. border, they were separating the children and from their parents.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was happening.
It's never, and this is the thing we tell you, like it's never what it looks, what Esau's saying it looks like.
Exactly.
They're not separating them to have a better count and ration and this and that. It's because they're abducting everybody or killing them or raping them, doing whatever.
Yeah, and the main people that allow that is you got people called the Treasury of Immigration. Hold on, because I got it. 'Cause these Edomites are the ones that the sex trafficking and all this stuff that happens under their watch. And I forget the guy's name, but I'm gonna pull him up really quick.
I got the scripture.
Come.
This is Luke.
Go ahead, read the scripture. But I still
This is Luke chapter 12, verse 2. It says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed,
Yep.
neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in closet shall be proclaimed upon the housetops." And these things are being proclaimed upon the housetops now because the prophets are revealing everything. You know?
That's why they trying to put the stuff in the sky.
What is that one in Isaiah 32 where it says that churlish man shall liberal?
Yeah, that's right.
Isaiah.
That's so the Minister of Immigration, right? Alejandro Nicholas Mayorkas.
That's a witchcraft stuff.
Cuban American. Could you see it?
Come close. This was the wide. You gotta come closer with this one.
Alejandro
That's good. There we
Nicholas
go. A little bit more.
Mayorkas.
Yeah.
Like Cardi B's name, and it was like.
And this is why the trafficking. See if you can see it on that.
This because you said they got them head.
Yeah,
not
that's
good,
right.
so that, he's being revealed. That's why
Yeah.
he's going how do you say? Yeah, and I was even thinking in my head, he's like, well, letting you know that was a dirty dog.
Can you see it?
So that never knew.
Oh, yeah, like,
Got it?
Going back,
You read the definition of humanitarian?
going back to Jeremiah 50 and 31. Here we go. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud." See, Esau's been proud about the things he's been doing. I mean, the scriptures talk about, you know, woe to him that seeketh deep, who saith in their heart, who seeth me. Because Esau thinks he's still getting away, even though people are exposing him at the level that he's being exposed now. He still hasn't been fully, you know, destroyed from it. You know, right now, again, we're in the process of making the case against him, you know, the indictment process. Very soon, rest assured, man. And it's going to also be through Esau, you know, popping off his agenda, where, you know, your real destruction is going to come. But it says, you know, I posted that clip of the Pinocchio the other day on my channel.
Yeah.
I already got like 2,000 watches from it. But they, you know, they were talking about how they showed Epstein Island, Pleasure Island on it. You know, part of that witchcraft, that pride, man. Because they said it to the guy, that the way that they said it was like, they don't come back as boys. They don't, you know, they don't come back at all.
The Disney.
Yeah, the Disney
movie.
Pinocchio.
Yeah, the Disney. movie.
But they were proud about, like, we ain't got to worry about them escaping or coming back, you know? But it says, "Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord power of hosts, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise them up." You know, we're telling you, man, that you're not going to come back from this. All right? Going back to the very beginning of today's lesson, what is it? The parting asunder of times of the end, and that beginning to follow. It's like
In the beginning that follow.
in the beginning of it that follow it. You know, we're at the end, all right, because we're letting you know Esau's not going to come back from this. I know Jeremiah tells you, saying to Babylon, thou shalt fall and not rise. But it says right here, "And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up."
Yeah, the most proud is Esau.
Yep, it's lucky. Yeah, it's lucky.
The most proud is Esau. That's why the scripture says there's a pride going before destruction. So when he gets to his peak,
Yep.
because when he establishes new world order, because he's going to establish, okay? But that's going to get him to the peak of his pride, and that's when the Lord's going to bring him down.
It says, "And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about them. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah will oppress again, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go." And a big part of showing that attitude is going to be with the MOTV, the RFID chip. It says they refuse to let them go because Esau's going to make you a byproduct. He's going to claim ownership of you with that, the device.
Yeah, that device is to make you a slave to the system. Okay, if you get that incision, if you get that subdermal incision in you, that's declaring that you are a slave and you are the property of Esau. See, you are the property of the so-called white man, of the elites to be exact. You are the property of the elites if you get that. Okay, and that's what Esau's trying. That's what his whole new world order is about. It's to make you a slave. In fact,
Ezekiel 35, to consume them, or to say that these two countries are mine.
Yep. That's
what did you want?
Revelation 18. Stay where you got. We'll get Revelation 18.
Here, I got you.
And when it says, that's part of one of the reasons why America is going to be destroyed, because it says slaves and souls of men. Okay. So if it's talking about slaves, and right now this is the apocalyptos, apocalypse. This is the last book of the Bible. So this is what's going to be going on in the end times. So America's going to be destroyed for having slaves. But here it is, we supposed to be home in a land of the free, home of the fucking brave. No. Through Emancipation Proclamation, the transferring of ownership made the Israelites the slaves. And to top it off would be that device. All right, go ahead.
It's Revelation chapter 18, verse 10. It says, "Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying," I'm going to start at 9. It says, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Standing afar off."
This is an end time prophecy, okay? They're wailing because they won't be able to make money, because America was that centerpiece for their circulation of money. But remember, it said that I traffic. So they did a lot of trafficking. They did a lot of trading, export, import, spices, you know, all type of things, man. You know?
It says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Yep. Yahushai, the angels, and World War III coming up for missiles. Go ahead.
And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her.
Yep.
For no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Yep.
The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all tine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of the most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves
and
and souls of men.
And souls of men. So it says slaves and souls of men. So that's letting you know in the end time, there's going to be people that's going to be slaves.
They're going to take your soul through that perpetual brand.
Yep.
And branding, yeah.
So I just want to prove that about the slaves, man. Because we still slaves.
I got a precept.
Go ahead, you got it.
This is Lamentations 4, and I'm going to start at 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwell in the land of Uz.
Which is America.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Yep.
Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked.
Yep. What's that cup? Destruction. That cup is going to be passed to you. Go ahead.
It says, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished. So that back off that scripture. It says, O daughter of Zion.
Yep, so guess what? It was a time where, in fact, if somebody can find it, it says where he was a little displeased.
Sore displeased.
No, not sore displeased. He was a little displeased with us. What is it?
It's Zechariah 1:15.
Okay. Yep. With us for a certain period of time. That's why they took us out of the homeland. Right? He scattered us on the four corners of the earth. All right? So he was a little displeased for a certain period of time. Go ahead.
This is Zechariah chapter 1 verse 5. It says, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I, 1:15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased.
There we go.
And they helped forward the affliction.
See, I was a little displeased. And hey, and we can say like, damn, that was a little displeased.
Right.
We took it off the land, raped, robbed, destroyed, cast it off into various cities, countries. That was just a little displeasement. He said I was a little displeased. Because eventually he's going to give us the kingdom of heaven.
That mercy, the Lord had that mercy.
Yep.
He got that mercy on him.
Yep.
He said he's little displeased with us, but he said he's sore displeased with the heathen.
Yep.
So that was, like he said, that was a little bit displeasure, and we was thrown into slavery, and that child of slavery. Think about what he's going to do to the heathen that he's sore displeased with, you know. But check out verse 16. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercies.
Go back a little bit.
Kind of. I'm gonna start over. Zechariah 1:15 says, I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease.
Yep, the heathen that are at ease, which is these nations. Okay, beginning with Esau, Edom. Because they remember in Revelation 11 it said that they were sending gifts. See, so they was doing good, man. Esau and the other nations, they were doing good because we was in slavery. We was at the low. We was at the bottom. Go ahead.
It says, for I was but a little displeased.
Yep.
And they helped forward the affliction.
And they helped forward the affliction. How did they forward the affliction? They kept us in captivity. They didn't tell us that we was the Israelites. They didn't give us no type of economic stability. We just really just fucked up and through. Like literally, Jake just been in this. Look, we've been in this place effed up.
Our heritage has been discontinued.
We really been jacked up. When you really look at the history of Babylon, America, and the Israelites being here, from coming over here on slave ships to Espinosa and Cristobal Colon and all of them, demons. We've been getting fucked up from that all the way till now.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing really changed but the goddamn year. Nothing's changed.
You had this devil man in the churches. You know, my pastor say that the reason why we were slaves is because we were wicked people. But after we repented, white politicians gave us freedom.
That's some proud shit to
Yeah.
say.
That's why he made
Yeah,
slavery
Esau
illegal.
Esau think that he was our savior. You know,
Yeah, the tender mercies of the wicked. Boy,
yeah, he thought he was our. He thought he was.
That's that most proud.
It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercies. My house shall be built in it, saith the Lord of hosts,
And the house is being built right now.
and a line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem. What's that line of support and help?
Yep.
This is real quick. This is Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall
So
stay.
we going see this is the good news. This is the gospel. From what we've been through, all the things that we've been mentioning, what this devil has been doing, and him being revealed. Now the Lord is going to do a reconnaissance mission, so to speak. Okay. The ending of the first and the beginning of it that followeth.
Right.
After we didn't get our asses kicked and whipped and upside down, nigga, then shook our pockets and all type of shit. Now the Lord is finna restore us, man.
Right.
Hey,
And that's why we're here. This is the
This is the promise.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is the promise that was given unto Abraham.
Yeah.
That his seed would be blessed,
Yep.
and we were gonna get to the Holy Land.
That's right.
It's that promise that he gave us.
Hey, Elder Malcolm, man, he made a statement. He said, since this truth has been coming out,
How many minutes?
we are now no longer in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Esau has lost. It's been written that he's lost, but it's playing out. But it's for sure that we are not in.
So we got an hour.
Yeah, we're gonna get fucked up in this time still. You know, things are gonna happen.
over an
But
hour.
at the end of the day, we're getting the kingdom. You know,
there's no reason to be mad at anything.
I was seeing those two Edomites walking by earlier,
Yeah,
and I just thought like, man,
and
something
then just,
like
redo
we're
it
looked
over.
at like we're not royalty, but like it's gonna be switched.
We had like two
It's
parts.
gonna be switched eventually. We're gonna be the royal. You know?
Right.
Yeah, that's why the Lord said he ain't gonna